So this is a requirement, and this is a draft one. Um, so when does time start? It types time. It has to be 3 minutes long. Times when my phone start when I click start because it's just a draft one. I'm gonna send it to the air. I had troubles going 3 minutes, but I did a few practices, and it turns out that going 3 minutes is a little more difficult than I thought. But I have confidence. The confidence that it's still possible. Just I will be cutting out parts that I think are unnecessary. Anyways, so okay, all right. So here's my presentation for this class. Well, my audience is something else, but anyway, Dungy is overview for this class. Overview of climate change and climate problems and climate writing. And the next one is Young. He talks about communication with other people. It is interesting because it is the idea that we can communicate with our own English to better understand each other, which if you want to read more about it, you can just go read the article. Anyway, Michelle Bash talks about the idea of time and how it's flowing, its flow. Because you don't, if you shoot something in space and no one's there to observe it, you can't really determine how much time has passed. You have something like a sun to determine the clock or what kind of system you have. Next is this guy over here, which is interesting because he talks about solutions. A little more modern, but he's still old. He's a author, still old, but he talks about how modern events that happen and the solutions are possible. Radcliffe talks about the listening. So it's the idea that people are hearing but not listening. Like they're basically just regurgitating facts or information and not understanding what's happening at all. Um, Next is this guy over here, which is different media sources. A different media source. It's actually audio is a podcast, so it's a different media source than typical climate change activists. And these are different media. So this one over here is fiction, and then this one over here is I forget. Is a YouTube video that has a compilation of something. And this is the Snowpiercer, which is a film, which is gruesome. It's actually a feature version of something that's disgusting. And over here, it is fiction, like a river. That's a metaphor idea of climate change. And over here, it's like well, this is like a conversation that happened about minority struggles with climate change affecting them. Over here is Kahan. Kahan talks. Oh, I think I forgot one. This guy talks. Oh, I did talk about it. Oh, well, that's ruined it. But let's keep on going. Dan Kahn talks about the fundamental source of parity, empirical, talks about disentanglement. So it talks about how if I have put a group A to group B, there's different media sources like newspaper to get, I don't know, old people involved. If I want this information sent to old people, and maybe they can send it to group B, I don't know, with some friends with them. I don't know. Over here we have YouTube, and it strings well with um, young people, although young people are really close to climate change, and I mess up the time. But we're gonna keep on going because this is my fifth time doing it. This is only a draft, so I can redo this anytime I want. So over here, let's do technologies. Over here, we have a global environment. So basically, in the age of technology, a person from South America can talk to American, and this guy can talk to somewhere in the back of the earth, which is China, maybe. Actually, China has a global firewall, so that's a bad example. So who can uh, somewhere some continent in the Asia or some continent in Europe. Oh, this is on your draft. So what did I learn? Maybe I should write all this next time. Well, it's on your draft to show my professor what I kind of have right now. I might have to go faster. And I'm not gonna redo it another time because I realized how many times I redo it is just. So I think I need help on shortening this out. What did I learn? I learned about communication. I already knew um, climate change was an issue. So, but did I know the severity of it? How serious it was? Serious? Well, I knew that was a big problem already. Uh, um, next time I'm probably gonna write this whole thing out and then talk about it for the final uh version of Project 3. Um, so okay, so communication is one thing, and how serious it is another thing. But what else did I learn? I learned how people are not listening. Yeah, I definitely gonna have to write this. Listening. How we can better teach and communicate about climate change. Okay, that's basically what I learned. So the point is not climate change because most of you already know it is most of you already believe it. It is how to communicate. I feel like that is the point of this class, and yeah, that's all. Well, bonkers. I shortened it and I still can't get in the time limit. Well, I'm gonna send this to the professor and hopefully she can help cut this out.